Hey guys, and welcome to today's first impressions video. We are looking at the Dysterra beta, and I have a few quibbles with this already before we get into it. So firstly, there was an embargo date put on for the 29th, which is when the game was apparently released. However, it didn't actually become available until the 30th, essentially. The game was able to be downloaded until they realized that it was able to be downloaded, and then they basically made it so that the key downloaded a game that didn't exist. If you don't want people to cover your game until you've actually got content for it, or until you've got this big release date done, then just set the embargo for the day that the game is going to be available. Now, technically, the game was available on the 29th, but it was around half 10, 11 o'clock at night that the game actually became available. Whereas the embargo was from like the beginning of the 29th, so it was like from midnight my time all the way through until, you know, they actually released the game. It's just very shady practice, and I'm not a huge fan of it, so it's already put me in a really bad mood covering this game. That wasn't helped by the piss poor optimization, the really bad loading times, and the way that the game is. I mean, it's beta, but it is buggy as all hell. There is no single player, although single player is an option. It just boots you straight back to this menu, which to me seems a bit odd. That the official servers, which are multiplayer, you can load into, but the servers dedicated for single player don't work. It's really kind of frustrating. Also, the game is really badly optimized. For my system upstairs, which should be able to run pretty much any game of today's day and age, if I put it in anything other than the optimized state that it puts in, which puts it all down to high, and it automatically, when you optimize it, puts the motion blur back on as well, which is really annoying. It literally says that it's using too much revamp, so it needs better optimization for release as well, because honestly, I shouldn't be having any issues, and if I am at this early stages, it's concerning. So they're like my big gripes on the game before I get into it. Spoiler alert, the game, to me at least, doesn't get any better, and I don't know, it's one of them that looks pretty from a distance, but as you see when I get into it, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, guys. I am very disappointed by this game, on top of the fact of being messed around by the developers with the keys. If we look in the settings, they've got your slider bars again, which is fine. However, for things like anti-aliasing and post-processing, instead of saying what AA and stuff you're getting, it just goes to high and epic. And honestly, no. Give people what AA and TXAA and all that stuff that you're actually getting. Don't just give them high epic. Give us actual numbers. We're not stupid. We want to know how many times it is doing it by. Not a fan of that. Again, the motion blur, I saw this with a couple of other games as well. It should just be on or off. I don't see why there's varying degrees of it. I don't need a slider. Just give me on or off. Generally off by default, preferably. Then you've got your bloom, your gamma, and your VSync and stuff like that. So it's not a bad menu, but it's lazy. Honestly, like, the sliders are good. I don't, like I said in a previous video I've done on games, I don't mind sliders where it comes to graphic settings, because it means that I know exactly where I can go, and it means that I don't cycle through them. However, with certain things, have them sliders, whatever, but, you know, don't treat us like idiots. Give us numbers. Audio options aren't too bad whatsoever, and then you've got your gameplay options with your mouse sensitivity and everything. I don't think this works with a controller. I've not tried it. There are no controller options. There are no like remappable skills. Again, this is in beta, so this could change. It would be nice if they would give us rebindable keys, just to make life a little easier for everybody concerned. Because at the minute, as you'll see in game, like, the options for changing things are a bit weird. But let's jump into the game and we will see what everything's all about. Alright, here we are. We are in the game. So this is what I mean by it looks pretty from a distance. When you load in, it looks very nice. It looks, you know, sort of serene and stuff. But there is terrible, terrible popping with this game. As you get in, you will have like flowers and stuff actually pop in on front of you, which is not really ideal. Again, they've got time to change this. But yeah, so it doesn't give you a tutorial or anything. It doesn't give you any information. It's just the stuff that you got to harvest in the top right. It gives you a brief controller map or keyboard map on the left of what your things do. But outside of that, it doesn't really give you anything at all. Apparently, it makes it really obvious as to which things you can and cannot collect. When I first played this, I couldn't actually find anything to collect. It put me in an area, I went looking and I couldn't find anything. I think it's loaded me in the same area, but just in a different spot. So there's that. Lighting is very nice. Like, if you look out to the water, it looks absolutely gorgeous and stunning. Like, this is fantastic. And then you move inland and it looks awful. Like, it looks so bland, and the leaves on the trees look horrendous and so obviously fake. It's like the water effects alone in this are fantastic, right? Again, from a distance. As you start getting a bit closer, it all of a sudden doesn't look so good, right? And it's the same with the rocks. Again, from a distance, the textures seem alright, and then you get close and you realise that they're really, really not. Yeah, like, and I don't know if this is because I've got it on high and not epic, because I can't have it on epic apparently, because my system that's got a 2060 Super and a AMD Ryzen 7, sorry, 3900X can't handle it apparently. So it's just a bit disappointing. Like, again, it looks really nice from afar, and then you get close and it just doesn't look good at all. So it's a bit disappointing. I don't know if you craft, like, I'm assuming you build a base and you craft as you go along, and you build up your stuff and you get more guns and things like that, and you get new objectives as you go through, and you've got multiplayer co-op, so it's very much like Valheim or Rust, etc. But I don't know, without like a tutorial, like you get a story, like you get a storyboard when you boot into the game, and you can skip it, thankfully. That goes on a bit and gives you a bit of a backstory about what this world is and what's happening. But outside of that, it doesn't really get you invested in the game. So, I don't know, there's just others that seem to have done this whole genre better, and again, it's in beta, so this could all change. Upon release, this could come out and it could be the best thing in the universe ever. But right now, it just isn't. It's not. You know? It feels as unfinished as what it seems to be. And the thing is, I think this is due to come out later this year on full release, which is very concerning indeed. There's a lot of improvements that need to be made to this. Give me a tutorial. Give me an idea of what the hell I'm doing. Give me better textures. Give me better optimization so that my system can run it and make it look as good as what I feel like it should do. Make it so that the loading times are not a gazillion years long. Make it so that the single player actually works. Like, it shouldn't be a case of servers don't work on a single player. Shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, just give me more, and don't make embargo dates that you yourself can't stick to. Is this another player? I don't know what's happening right now. Why am I being attacked by another robot thing? I don't know. I don't know if this is another player. I don't know if there's voice. I don't know if this guy's just a person running around. Like, cool. How do I kill him? Am I dying myself? I don't know what's happening. I'm beating him. He's blooded, which is odd. But yeah, I don't know. Like, Like, if this is another player, which it might very well be, I don't quite know what he's doing. It's just odd. It's just really odd. Like, I don't know if there are PvP people. I don't know if there's PvE people. Because, again, the game just doesn't explain anything. And it's just really weird. Like, why is he jumping a gazillion miles away and clipping through everything? Like, no. And then the textures at night are just made worse. I will not be playing this game anymore, guys. I have had enough. Dysterra. It's in beta right now. It apparently comes out soon. Right, I guess that's my health. I'm dead. Because somebody decided to come and punch me in the face a lot. Yeah. I don't know. It needs a lot of work. I see the potential. I see what it could be. But honestly, in its current state, it's not really playable or enjoyable or anything. Yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys. Let me know if this is a game that you would be interested in. Let me know if this is a game you're going to be keeping your eye on. Let me know if this is a game that at all interests you. I think it's a big no from me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and a comment as well. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Ciao, ciao.